Yo, what's going on YouTube, man? Yo, I got another crazy video for you guys today, man. Yo, I'm gonna be giving you guys the best settings in Battlefield 6. I know a lot of people have been asking me for the new settings for season 2, so I'm gonna be giving you guys a new rundown on the settings, man. Some things have changed, some things are still the same, so let's just run through it real quick and actually show you guys the settings. All right, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and look at the accessibility tab. Gonna go a little slow, I'm not gonna try to go too fast, but go ahead and copy all these settings down that you see right here on screen. These are the settings that you're gonna want to use. We're going to move over to the gameplay tab. So this is where things start to get a little bit tricky, but still pretty much simple. Go ahead and copy everything that you see on screen. Pretty much standard right here. I do run a fairly high sensitivity at 75, but you guys can run yours around 55, maybe 65, depending on how, you know, the game feels for you. Personal preference thing. So whatever you feel comfortable with, just go with that. But I run 75 infantry, and that feels the best for me. Looking at the aim assist tab on the gameplay tab, and I know you guys probably wondering, well, shouldn't I be in controller? Yes, it will be in controller, so we will be coming back to this, so I'm not going to get into this too much, but if you do, I would probably put everything just on standard, and just run everything standard just for now if you're already been running it the entire time. But I would leave everything on standard if you personally, you know, like that feeling. But me personally, I like the Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4 vehicle aim input and infantry and aim input curve, so that one feels the best for me. But like I said, some of these things are personal preference, so go with whatever feels, you know, better for you. And then you also do have these curves up here that shows you exactly what you choose. So I got Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4. You guys see this is the curve right here I chose. Moving over to the HUD section, we do have some new things inside the HUD section. So you can show infantry HUD motion. I don't show that. The vehicle HUD motion, I got that off as well. HUD padding, I got that off as well too. And then we got all of these on. Large, most of these things are going to be on. Most of these things are default right here, but there are some things, like I said, that did change, where we got crosshair color now. So now you can change your crosshair color and your reticle color. So I would make it something like green or something like that, so you can actually see it in like dark rooms, just those scenarios where you can actually still always see your reticle or sight. So go with something like bright color, nothing like, you know, super hard to see or anything like that. And then for these hit colors and hit indicators and things like that, basically just leave them how they are, but just take them and make them a little bit more saturated. So if it's already green, just make it a little bit more green or saturated, because sometimes the colors are faded. I'm going to be scrolling on down right here. We got the hit indicator numbers and all that cool stuff. I got mine on medium, because honestly, anything other than medium is just too big, and then after a while you don't be able to see anybody that you're shooting at. And the same thing with damage color. I would just, you know, basically saturate those a little bit more. Vehicle damage color, it's just going to be white, showing you're getting hits and you know you're hitting the vehicle, so it's not really too hard to see. But moving over, we're going to go to the controller tab. I know a lot of people are going to be wanting to see this, because there are some controller players, but there are some, you know, mouse and keyboard players that talk a lot of crap about us controller players. So this part really isn't for you. So moving on in, we got the controller settings. Like I said, we're going to go back to this controller thing. So you guys see what I'm running. I'm running 75 aim sensitivity, and I like that sensitivity. It feels the best for me. One of the things that you guys would want to do if your aim is feeling off and it's feeling inconsistent, and you want to turn zoom, transition, sensitivity, smoothing off. Once you turn that off, you can turn uniform infantry aiming off. I leave it off. It feels the best. You can make micro adjustments with it. And then once you go down here, you can obviously see you got infantry aiming, left and right acceleration. I put that down to 0, so you can have those micro adjustments while you're shooting at someone. So go ahead, try that out. Like I said, these aim input curves, accelerations and stuff like that, these are something you want to test out on your own. So I would tell people just mostly leave them on standard. But if you played any recent Battlefield titles like Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, 2042, you could choose those options within aim input curves too. Moving on down, infantry sprint, got that on toggle. This whole section here is pretty much what you would probably want to run if you're running on controller. If you have like a scuff or anything like that, it's the easiest way to have your controller set up. Moving on down, going to zoom. Obviously most of this stuff is just default, but you know, I changed the infantry zoom aim sensitivity to 90. I would probably go down to increments of 5. So if you're already, you know, obviously default is 100, I would go down to like 95 or something like that, so to see what it feels like for you. But me personally, I like 90. I think that feels perfect for me. Transition sensitivity, have that off, but you know, you could edit these as you please. You know, something like this for sniping, for me, I have this at 95. In the other tab, just pretty much you want to just copy this down. It's pretty much just to keep you moving quick, picking up things like that. So that helps a lot as well too. I have that disabled, but you guys can have this enabled. But I feel like this is more of a setting easier to use if you're on mouse and keyboard. So if you're a controller, I don't really recommend it, because it can easily mess you up if you're not familiar with a flick look on Battlefield. So, or just any game in general, I wouldn't recommend using it. But for some people, it actually does work, and and they can actually get some kills with it. I know we got all the ground vehicles and everything like that. I'm not really going to get into all the aircrafts. These are just, you know, settings for just infantry running and gunning. And then you want to go to controller tuning. You can go here, got controller vibration off, got this on immersive and everything like that. All of the controller vibration is off. I don't run it, so anything like that you guys can. I don't run vibration, it just feels weird. But controller dead zones, this is something that you want to like look at as well too. Lower these as much as possible. I got mine at 5 and then at 2. Same for the right sticks. Got it at 5 and got it at 2. So yeah, try to copy that down as much as you can and see which feel best for you. But lower the dead zone, the better. Then infantry mapping control. I'm just going to show you guys this part, even though you're probably not going to copy everything, but these are my mapping controls right here, and this is how I play. So you can go ahead and copy these down if you would like. Kind of gives you that stick and move feel. That's pretty much how I play. So copy this down if you are stick and move type of player. Going to be moving over to graphics right here. So moving over to the graphics settings, this is the graphics settings that I'm running. I have a 4080 Super as a graphics card, and these are the settings that I run. Nothing too crazy. Sometimes I do have them higher, but I was doing a little bit of a benchmark the other day, so I did lower the settings just a bit, but it's still perfectly fine. Still see I'm still getting a bunch of frames up there, so I don't really have an issue with that. To advanced graphics settings, now this is where things will get tricky for some people. You can run anti-aliasing DLA if you want to. I would probably recommend leaving DLSS off. Yes, some of these games are forcing us to use DLSS, but at the same time I would not recommend using it. You guys can see when you go up there, that number goes from 600 to 300, so I like to leave it off. The game feels a lot more fluent, a lot more, you know, less lag, so I like to run that instead of, you know, running DLSS. So I'll keep DLA on. What am I talking about? I like to keep DLAA on and then run that how it is. So you guys go ahead and check these settings out. I have NVIDIA frame generation on, so that does help. Don't really experience any lag, and if you do, it's unnoticeable at this point, you know, so don't be afraid to turn frame generation on, because you're not going to really have to worry about it. Got the world brightness, UI brightness, and sharpness. I have the sharpness around 45. I don't got it all the way turned up, because I think when it's just too sharp, the trees and everything, they just start looking digital, so I don't really like that look. I like the clean look. Moving over to the camera settings, I'm running for 110 field of view. I wouldn't go anything past 115. I know a lot of the crack kids from Warzone want to come into the game and like run 120, but I would just focus on running somewhere between 100 and 115. I like 110, so that's perfect for me, but some people, they try to run the highest of the highest settings. Moving on down, weapon motion blur, definitely have that off. World motion blur, definitely have that off. And camera shake them out. I know a lot of people miss this setting right here. A lot of people wondering why their screen's shaking all around, like how it's looking like they're like actually in the war in real life. No, so turn that down, turn it all the way down to 50. You can turn it all the way up if you want to, but you can turn it all the way down, which I actually recommend. And then reduce camera bobbing, definitely want to have that off. All these you want to have off. Moving down to audio, these are the audio settings that I'm running. These are the audio settings, and the best thing that I know a lot of people don't know, but I run these right here. Got sound system, stereo, audio mix, war tapes. You can either run war tapes or you can run war tapes val. So these two are the best. I would probably say war tapes val is the best, but sometimes you overhear a little bit too much, at least in my opinion, and then it throws you off and you'd be like, wait, is he upstairs, is he downstairs? I don't know. Now you're dead. So I just keep it on war tapes. That's good enough. It's not overdoing it. It's not just super cheesy. All right, so this is something I want to show you guys too. I know a lot of people don't understand what I'm about to show them, but most will. And this is something you can only do on PC. So for people that don't have PC, I feel bad for you, but this is a PC option that you can change. Now, when you scope in or zoom in to scope, you see that the scope would be usually blurry. Mine's isn't, because I turned it off so it wouldn't be blurry. It's called weapon DOF. You want to turn that off, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do it. So you guys see that I have my file explorer open. So what you want to do is you want to go to file explorer, you want to go over to documents, and then once you get to documents, you want to go to Battlefield 6, you want to go to settings, then hit Steam, go to Pro Save Profile. Then you'll be able to open that up with Notepad. And once you have this open, you want to look for GST render.weapon DOF. We can go ahead and press search. We see that we have GST render weapon DOF. Now you want to have this at 0. It's usually at 1, but it's supposed to be at 0, so it's not super blurry. Now I know a lot of people was wondering why they had that blurriness. This is how you turn that off. So let me actually zoom this up in a little bit. You guys see right there, I have it set to 0. You want to set that to 0. Then once you're done with that, you want to go over, hit save. Don't hit save as, just hit save. You can close this out. Same with that, and boom, now it's clear as day. You can see clearly it's not super blurry anymore. And this is one of the things that I was just getting like pissed off about a little bit too. I know a lot of people was as well, so I thought I would probably share this because in my last settings video I didn't add this and I kind of forgot to, but a lot of people seem to figure it out themselves, but a lot of people still don't know that this is a thing that you can actually fix within the game, and it is a lifesaver. I'm not gonna lie, you can see a lot more people. It's not like you're, you know, you need glasses or anything. It's not you're getting old, you're not unk now, you don't need glasses. It's just the weapon DOF is really causing everyone blindness. But yo, I'm gonna end it here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys found this video informative. This one was a long one to make, but you know, it's actually worth it. A lot of people always ask me what settings I'm using. Some people probably do think I'm cheating, but no, it's just good settings, and that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.